The silent treatment is one of the narcissist's favorite weapons of abuse. And yes, it is abuse. Just because you don't have scars on your body, just because you don't have black eyes, does not mean that it is not abuse. The silent treatment is meant to emotionally torture you. It erodes your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and it slowly kills your will to survive because it makes you feel powerless, in pain, yet powerless. So today I want to talk about 6 tips, 6 things that will help you to end the silent treatment forever. But remember, they only work not by learning them, but by putting them into practice. So let's get started. Tip number 1, do not apologize. Now, in a healthy relationship, if the other party is mad at you, it is important to self-analyze and think, okay, did I do something wrong? Oh, we're on a tight budget and I just spent $1,000 on clothes. Of course he or she is mad at me. In a healthy relationship, it would be wise to apologize and to reach out, absolutely. But in an unhealthy relationship with a narcissist, the narcissist rages over things that don't make sense. They pull an amazing DARVO, which is deny, attack, reverse victim offender roles. We'll talk about that in another video. And you are left apologizing for something you didn't do. Why is it bad to apologize? Well, first of all, you're supporting a lie. The narcissist is angry over something that you didn't do. It's an alleged narcissistic injury that they felt. They're feeling narcissistic rage and they want to blame someone for it. And you are their target. So if you apologize, you are virtually feeding the narcissist's reality, their false reality, making them think they are right and you are wrong. If you apologize, you have fell into their game and you are doing everything that they want you to do and you're losing yourself. You're feeling beaten down and you're feeling out of control. So, along with not apologizing, notice. Take note. This person is feeling narcissistic rage. They're angry over nothing. Recognize the tiny little thing that has set them off. Recognize that the silent treatment is not warranted and there is no need for you to apologize. You need to hang on to your reality, and if you've lost your reality, you need to start getting a hold of it by applying these tips, okay? Recognize you did nothing wrong, do not apologize. Step number 2, identify the silent treatment for what it is. Don't minimize it like, oh, this is just their way of handling it. Oh, they're not good communicators. Oh, she just needs to cool off. No, if they are regularly using the silent treatment, whenever you do act, feel, think, or look in a way that they don't want you to, it is a control tactic. It is a manipulatively controlling tactic. Identify it for what it really is. They are using this as a dictatorship. In other words, I will talk to you and acknowledge your existence if you do act, feel, think the way I want you to. The second you don't, I will act as if you are dead. That is to control you so that you do and act in the way they want, not as a normal human separate individual, but exactly as they want, as if you are a robot and the silent treatment is their remote control to controlling you. So call it out for what it really is. It is abuse and it is a control tactic. Number 3, this is, up until this point, you have not said anything. You have just noticed. You have recognized it for what it is, and you have stopped doing what you may have been doing, often what we all fell into, the apologizing, the begging, the crying, the tears, trying to get them to stop this awful, emotionally abusive tactic. You've stopped that. So now point number 3, now you're going to take action in a very calm tone with no anger, no resentment, no loss of control. You're going to exercise emotional discipline. And you're going to state, we're adults, and if there's something bothering you, we need to talk about it. I'm going to leave, since right now you don't want to talk, I'm going to leave for 2 hours. Give you time to think about what you want to say. When I come back, we can discuss whatever's bothering you. Do not cry, do not beg, do not say I'm leaving and then wait for a reaction. Don't wait in the bedroom hoping that they're going to come to the door and stop you and prevent you. No, even if they say, no, I want to talk now, say, well, like I said, I'm leaving for 2 hours, I'll be back. Why is that? Why, if they say they want to talk now, Because once again, their whole idea is to control you. And by you allowing yourself to be controlled, you stay in a very helpless state of mind. You don't realize that you have any power. So by stating something and following through, you're really empowering yourself to say, wait a second, I can have boundaries and I can enforce them. Step number 4, make sure you leave. Don't stay. Don't look sad. Don't look as if they are torturing you. Yes, that's their goal, but remember, you are not helpless. That is their goal, but whether it gets accomplished or not is up to you. So leave, take a walk. Look at nature, think of things that you're grateful for in your life, think of things that make you happy. Go to a place that you love, go buy yourself your favorite coffee, go visit a friend, go do something that makes you feel good and takes your mind off of the fact that this person is ignoring you. Why is this so important? Well, because during the silent treatment, the goal of the narcissist is to control you, and so often they do. What happens? You can think of nothing else other than the fact that they are ignoring you. And your thoughts are, why is this happening? Why can't it be that? What if I said this? Why can't they just listen to me this? What if this? And when is this going to stop? And why does he do this? And that's all that goes through your mind. And so the narcissist starts eroding your confidence, your self-esteem, making you feel like crap, and then you finish the job because it's in your head and you can't get it out. By taking this break and doing something for you, you're reminding yourself, hey, I am important to me. I love myself. This person is doing something. I don't agree with it. I'm going to take care of myself at this moment and remind myself that I have choices, that I am strong, that I have emotional discipline, and that I like myself enough to treat myself to some time to myself. Number 5, when you come home, if the person's on the couch, go up to them, sit down and say, are you ready to talk about what's bothering you? If they're not, and narcissists won't be, in fact, they're going to be angrier that you are having control, angrier that you are putting boundaries down, and angrier that you are giving yourself time. If you are in a physically violent relationship, don't apply these tips. Just get out, protect yourself. This is for emotional abusers. When you're in a relationship with somebody where you don't feel physically threatened, but emotionally assaulted all the time, okay? If they show that they still do not want to talk, or if the only thing that comes out of their mouth are attacks because you took some time for yourself and they're insulting you, remain calm. Because remember, by doing this tactic, by doing these steps, you are training the narcissist to see that you will not tolerate the silent treatment. You will not tolerate abuse, and you have boundaries and limits, and you're not going to be pushed or pulled into their game. You're taking some control back of your life. It's not going to go well with the narcissist. These tactics, they're not for the narcissist. They're not to get the narcissist to do what you want them to do, because that's kind of just controlling them in the way you don't want to be controlled by them, okay? These tips are for you, to change you, to control yourself, because ultimately we're all responsible for our actions, our feelings, our thoughts, not someone else's. So remember that, okay? So you're going to remain calm. Recognize how the narcissist is talking to you. Are they communicating in a way where you can reach a resolution, or are they simply attacking once again? Just because they're talking to you and they broke the silent treatment doesn't mean you have to engage in abusive conversation. This is the time where at this moment you observe, you don't absorb, and you ask yourself, is this healthy for me? Is this behavior, obviously this person wants to continue either ignoring or attacking, or a combination of both. Recognize that action by the narcissist is showing you they don't want to change. Okay, this is important, especially if you notice this on a regular basis. If you are putting these tips into practice, and every time you get to tip number 5, that there's still no resolution, there's only silence or attack, then pay attention to what the narcissist is telling you ultimately. Basically, they're telling you, I don't care what you do, I don't care how much you empower yourself or what boundaries you put down, I'm not changing. That leads you to step number 6. After you observe that, Now it's time to make a decision. There are two things in life that we have that are priceless, and that once we give them up, we never get them back. And that's our time and our health. Okay? If this person is going to ruin your time by constantly making you feel as if you don't exist for days, weeks, months on end, they are erasing time from your life. This causes extreme stress in the body and ultimately a breakdown of your physical state of mind as well. So they are destroying you physically, your health, and once that's gone, you can't get it back. So at step 6, this is how you end the silent treatment forever. You recognize that you will not tolerate that abuse. And if anyone is in your life that treats you that way and refuses to respect your boundaries, the ones that you are learning to instill and enforce, anyone that can't respect them, you have to make an inventory of those people and eliminate them from your life. If this is the step that's most difficult for you, then you have to ask yourself, what do I need to do to power myself up? What do I need to do to continue to strengthen myself to realize that life is worth living without being abused? If you're dealing with codependency, if you're dealing with low self-esteem, strengthen yourself as you're continuing to put those boundaries down. But recognize by not stopping the abuse, you're enabling it. You're actually taking part in it. It's scary to make big changes. It's often scary because a narcissist makes you feel like you can't do anything without them, and those thoughts wind up becoming your reality. But those are just the narcissist's way of keeping their control over you. Try these 6 steps and end the silent treatment forever.